Hey there, survivors. Welcome to the channel premiere of ARKDUCATION. We're here today with our mascot, Miss Diva. And today we're featuring Sid's hybrids, type 1 creatures. If you don't know anything about this mod, it adds well over 50 craftable hybrids to the game. There are 7 class types, but today we'll just be covering the class type 1 dinos. This is a very vast mod with a lot of excellent content, so I will be breaking up the class types into multiple videos. So, what are we teaching them today, Diva? That's right. You'll learn all about the Type 1 dinos' abilities, level requirements, recipes, and which saddles to use for them, as a lot of them actually use vanilla saddles, which is pretty cool. So let's jump in here. The first machine you're going to need with this mod is the cloning machine. This is where you're going to craft the majority, no, not the majority, all of your hybrids are actually crafted here. Their recipes are in here for the final product. You can purify your apex drops here. So as you can see, all of your carnivore and basically large dino trophies. There's also a folder for injections. There's 3 different injections, and these will improve your stat performances from health to speed to combat, which is pretty cool. So that's pretty much what the cloning machine does. The second machine that you're going to need is the organic 3D printer. It's a little dark. Let me just adjust that. The organic 3D printer. And in this machine, which uses electronics, whereas the other 2 machines use gasoline, you make your synthetic eggs, small, large, and base. You can also make your synthetic basilisk scales and your synthetic reaper glands. So the third machine you're going to need is the DNA refinery. This is where you bring your purified apex drops to refine them into DNA, which you're going to need for the final product of quite a few of these dinos. That pretty much covers the machines. It's pretty simple. There's 3. It's awesome. So let's just jump right in here. The first hybrid that we're going to discuss today is this little beauty. This is the Thalassoscorpius, which is a scorpion and a eurypterid together. The saddle this creature uses is the Pulmonoscorpion saddle. This is with shift, so it's about a little bit faster than a regular scorpion. Your left click is a claw swipe, which is actually a double hit. Your right click is a tail strike, which does torpor and reduces the stamina of your enemy. C is your venom thorn shot, which slows your target. And X, yeah, you heard that right. That's claw sharpening, and it does 2 times the damage for 13 seconds. The next dino we're going to discuss is the Dracoavirannus, which is the Rex and Microraptor. Pretty cool. Here's how this baby is spelled. This is a male. I do believe they can come out different genders and that they are breedable. So these guys, when you hold shift, are very loud, very big. And they're probably about as fast as a Carno, if not faster. So your left click is a bite, and if you harvest a corpse with that bite, you gain the Bloodlust buff, which does 25% more damage and 15% more speed for 5 seconds. So you're going to want to eat everything you're killing on this baby. Your right click is a wounding bite that inflicts the gash debuff on a target. And C, let's show them what C does. It's your roar. Let's hear that one more time without me talking. Really neat. Next, we have the Kaiserspino, which is the Rex and Spino together. This bad boy uses a Rex saddle. And he's a little hard to mount because he's pretty big. Okay, let's back you up a little bit. All right. So, your left click's a bite. Your right click's a roar. Which sounds amazing, and it kind of sounds like a Spino on the end of it, but it mainly mocks a Rex roar. That is really cool. I never listened to it all the way through until now. There's no third ability on this creature, but it is faster in the water, just like the Spino. And as you can see, it goes a decent distance on land as well. So you can imagine being in the water, you're going to have an advantage with this creature. The next dino we're looking at is the Fosotosaurus, which is the Carno and the Electrophorus together. Interesting concept. Look at these eyes, these fish eyes. Kind of creepy, but kind of cool. So this guy's basically just as fast as a Carno. A lot bigger though. Left click is a bite. Right click is your Electrophorus AoE. Which stuns and electrifies your enemies in the vicinity, if you didn't know. And C is actually a charged headbutt, which does a knockback a pretty good distance. Stay tuned to see what that looks like on an enemy. And that was kind of laggy, so I'm going to do it again. The next dino we're looking at is the Titanocerco. I did my best with that one. You guys try. So this is the Stego and the Kentro. This dino uses the Stego saddle. I took a screenshot. I didn't mean to. So, with this guy, his left click is a tail swipe, which can damage stone structures. And right click is a tail slam, which is an AoE, and it's also great for harvesting. The next dinosaur is the Pachycanto. The next dino is a Pachycantorus, which is the Doedicurus and the Bronto together. Pretty neat looking. This guy uses a Bronto saddle, and you can also use the platform saddle on him as well, with a little bit of clipping, but keeping in mind this mod is a constant work in progress. Everything's always being worked on with Sid. So everything's just going to get better from here on out. So his left click is a tail swipe, which actually causes a broken bone debuff to players and dinos and can damage metal structures. And his right click is a stomp, which harvests stone, as you can probably hear. I apologize if at any point during the video my game does lock up for a second. I have an alright computer, but it does need work in areas, so just bear with me. If it lags during an ability, I will always redo the ability so that you're able to see it properly. Now, moving on. Next, we have the Serpentmoloch, which is the Titanoboa and the Argentavis together. What? Yes. What is this? So this bad boy doesn't need a saddle at all to ride. You just hop right on him. Now currently he's landed. This is his being landed. This is his fly. He sort of takes off and he starts to glide a bit more. So your left click on this guy is a bite. Your right click's a roar. It sounds pretty intimidating, I have to admit. So this guy, much like the griffin and snow owl, has the dive ability. And it's very, very quick. He almost looks like he's gonna face plant. Overall though, pretty cool. Next, we have this strange concoction, which looks amazing. It is called the Colossodraco, and it is the Quetzal and Rock Golem together. This dino actually has its own saddle in this mod, which can be made in the cloning machine. It's called the Colossodraco saddle, so it's unique to the mod. His left click's a bite, which harvests rocks and wood, and his right click is a buff that gives you damage resistance and speed for 30 seconds. There we go. C is his rock slap ability. That's pretty cool. That also harvests wood, and it will knock back dinos quite a good amount. The next three dinos I'm about to show you are not complete, so they may not be functioning either the same or at all in your game. However, I need to show you the models because they're so cool and the ideas, concepts are so amazing. I cannot wait to see what Sid does with these. The most functioning one right now is the Meteor Wyvern, which is a fire and poison wyvern together. None of the wyverns need saddles. Let me just show you this guy with his wings open, because all of their wings are actually designed differently, which is really neat. So we're going to land because we're already struggling to load everything that quickly on this high of details. The left click's a bite. The right click is a meteor projectile. It lags your screen a bit. If you don't have one of those computers, that'll make it. And C is actually this really neat, let me zoom out, really neat AoE fire attack, which I assume sets your enemies on fire nearby. I can't see if it's a buff. Awesome Spyglass doesn't tell me if it's a buff. But here, let me show you that again, this AoE fire attack. So this weird looking dude is the Necro Wyvern. And I'm not exactly sure what he's supposed to do yet. However, he does look very, very cool. And I assume it's going to be something along the lines of necromancy, just kind of based on the name. Look at his tail. It looks like a freaking pitchfork. That is so cool. So I know if I left click with him, I do get a bite, which has a bit of a cooldown. I can right click with him. Sometimes I can right click with him. And he will shoot something purple. So this is what I mean by they don't exactly work right now. And C, when I tested him, was a wing flap, which is much like the wyverns the other wyverns. It has a bit of a interesting animation around his head when he does it, so I don't know if that's going to do anything yet. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be maybe some sort of buff. It's definitely really interesting to wait and see what's going to happen. Alright, this is the Plasma Wyvern. It's really pretty. It's just got this like smoothed out look to it. Really, look how shiny oh, it's a girl. Look how shiny her face is. She's so pretty. I'm not sure what she's gonna do yet either. I can't get her to do much when I try her out. Left click, right click doesn't do much. C doesn't do anything yet. Left click is right now. I think it's just a bite with a really long cooldown. So I can't wait to see what the plans are for this wyvern. This wyvern is made with a fire wyvern and a lightning wyvern. I forgot to put it on the sign. I apologize. The one thing I really like about the aesthetic of this wyvern is the wings are really different. They're almost like, I don't know, bat wings or butterfly wings, or yeah, more like a bat wing. And the way that she floats instead of flapping her wings is kind of neat. Like, I really like that. So definitely a very, very gorgeous model. All of them look fantastic. I cannot wait to see what is going to happen with these. The next dino we're going to look at is an aquatic dino. And it is the Thalassodraco, which is the Liplerodon and the Lysichus together. It doesn't require a saddle. And it looks pretty freaking scary, actually. Like, look at these teeth. Like, this is vicious. Let's try him out. He's very, very big. Very big. Look, he sticks out of the water. And he's pretty much half under the water as well. There's a nice cinematic view. Alright. I can cut whatever. His left click is a bite, which is an armor-piercing bite. His right click is a high vibration roar. And this stuns nearby enemies for 10 seconds and gives you a 1.3 times damage multiplier for 35 seconds. So that's pretty cool. And then last, but definitely not least, we have the Sarcochelys, which is a mosasaur and a carbonemus together. It looks really neat. This guy uses a Mosa saddle. So we'll just take him out for a little bit of a spin because he is a big boy. He needs a bit of room. Okay, so his left click is a bite. And his right click is a headbutt. This can actually damage rafts. So you can attack rafts from underneath with his headbutt. This guy is armored as well, so he also takes reduced damage from explosives and bullets. He's going to be good for raiding underwater bases, if you're into that PvP stuff. Well, Miss Diva, how do you feel about those hybrids? Me too. This has been Sid's Hybrids Type 1 showcase. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're into mod showcases or tutorials, because that's what this channel is going to be for. Everything ARK and everything ARK mods. Everything ARK. Redo that. Just the one part. Because that's what this channel is going to be for. I'm going to leave in the description a link to Sid's Discord, and also a link to my server Discord, as well as the ArkServers.net official listing for ARKDUCATION server, which is on Ragnarok, and it is PvE with PvP enabled. So just keep that in mind. You can still kill a bitch if you want to. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative. And you guys take care. Run faster than your friends.